Yeah, just thank you guys for coming out here and interviewing me, I guess. But fired up to be here at Ole Miss. It's been a blessing. Great to be back working with Coach Kiffin. Absolutely love Oxford, so it's been a blessing. But, yeah, anything you guys got?
Obviously, kind of up for y'all side of the ball, just the quarterback battle with Dart
Yes, sir.
Altmaier. Just first off, have you ever had experience in that elsewhere? And if so, how do you kind of navigate creating a new offense with dealing with who may or may not be the signal caller?
Yeah, when I was at FAU, we had quarterback competitions, both years that I was there with Coach Kiffin. Great thing is, my job as quarterback coach is get both those guys as ready to play as possible. And then, at the end of the day, Coach Kiffin will make that decision, which, one gives us the best chance to win. So our job each and every day is just work on ourselves, be the best versions of us that we can be. That's my challenge to both those guys. And I love the way that they work and compete, and it's been really fun with those guys.
I know tempo was such a big part of what the offense has done the last couple of years. Is that still the plan to kind of keep going and running as many plays as you can?
Yeah, whenever we were at, once again, when I was with Coach at FAU and kind of made that move to utilizing tempo, it's just a great weapon, for us. Obviously, it's always a challenge to go as fast as it's been in the past and all that, but, we definitely love going fast, and, I think Coach Kiffin does too.
I know Lane likes talking about building offenses around player-specific talents. Can you just break down what you've seen from Luke and what you've seen from Jackson and kind of what they could bring to an offense?
Yeah, they're both really talented players. My favorite thing about both of them is they're the hardest workers that you're going to find. They're always watching tape on their own, doing studies on their own in the workout stuff over the summer. Doing the best job that they can possibly do to position themselves to win the job. So I think the biggest compliment I could pay both those guys. They're both very intelligent and they're both very hard workers. Obviously, everyone's skill set is a little bit different and all that right there, but they've done a tremendous job of getting themselves ready for fall camp.
Charlie, what exactly are you looking for? What defines who's going to win this quarterback battle? What are the intangibles and the tangibles you're looking for?
Yeah, I think there's all the common things that you look at for the quarterback and how they move the offense, how they operate, taking care of the football, generating big plays. But kind of like I said earlier, at the end of the day, Coach Kiffin will take all the information that he can from all those 25 practices of fall camp that we have. My job is to just get each of those guys to be the best that they can be, and then at the end of the day, whoever it is, that's who Coach will go with.
Coach, what was the play calling dynamic you had with him at FAU, and do you anticipate it being the same here?
Yeah, I think that'd be a Coach Kiffin question for him. Let him answer that whenever. But I've had great working with Coach all over the years, but I'll leave that to him.
Let's talk a little bit about your backfield, ever since you got here, with Evans, Bentley, and even, Judkins and Bullock. Just what stands out about each of those guys and what you're most excited to see just about this backfield?
Yeah, I love all four of those guys. I think it's a really talented group. Each guy's got, a little bit different flavor to them, but the best thing is they all can kind of operate every single run that we're trying to run in our offense, which makes it, easy for, when we call plays and, who we want to get the ball to. It's not as hard to know, like, hey, when this guy's in, I want to run this run. When this guy's in, I can run that run. I feel like all of them have a good complementary deal where they can run the majority of our offense.
Lane has talked a lot about building the culture over with so much new roster. You're new also. Kind of what have you seen from him and from the returning coaches about what the culture is here?
Yeah, I think it's obviously a challenge when you have so many new people coming in, and that's a huge part of fall camp for us, much more than even scheme. It's just making sure that we get the culture right, and Coach Kiffin makes sure to define exactly what he wants from us as coaches, what he wants from his players, and then it's our job to go out there and make sure that we fulfill that each and every day and uphold that standard. And so that's definitely a challenge when you have so many new people and all that right there, but we work tirelessly to make sure that we get that right by the time the ball kicks off.
Charlie, you got a really talented group of wide receivers.
Absolutely.
Are you guys, are you looking for one or two to emerge kind of as that gamer, so to speak?
Right. Yeah, I think we've got such a talented group right there that there's so many different guys that possibly could be the standout. So it's going to be great throughout fall just to see which ones do separate themselves. And it's just such a deep room this year that I think it's been fun. It's been fun just for the first couple of days seeing which ones, stand out, all of that right there. And at the end of the day, I think there's always, the cream rises to the top, and we'll find out who that is.
Give us a little evaluation of the offensive line at this point.
Yeah, I love our offensive line group. I think throughout the spring, that's a very veteran group that's played a lot of football, very knowledgeable and understanding of the offense. I think when you got 5 guys who are very kind of elite in terms of their intelligence, it makes things a lot easier for an offensive system to be able to do some different things and operate and make different calls and adjust. And so those guys are very hardworking. You know, they're physical, extremely intelligent, know what to do, and you know, they're one of the leaders of our team.
In the tight end room, what have you seen from spring and just a little bit of start of fall, just from both Kelly and Trigg? What do you feel like they both can bring something different, complement each other?
Yeah, they're both really good players. We're going to need both of them. You know, at the end of the day, coach will determine, you know, who plays the most snaps and all that, but that's a fun competition right there too, and both have a great skill set that we need to utilize.
Just your journey, I know it probably wasn't much of a sales pitch to come here, but what did Lane approach you about? Kind of what did he sell you on when it came to hiring for this job?
I think it was pretty easy decision. You know, working with Coach in the past and the great times, whether it was at Alabama with him and being at FAU, just some really good experience over the years. And I just have so much respect for him as an offensive mind. I feel like he challenges me every day. He makes me smarter, makes me better each and every day. And so just the opportunity to work for him and in the offensive system has been amazing.
One of the things you said in your opening statement was, you know, that you love Oxford, and just what kind of just stands out about this place and just this university, just since you've been here?
Yeah, I just feel like it's a great for a family. So I'm married. I have a 1-year-old son named Maverick, and it's just been, I feel very welcomed in this town. You know, love going to the square, going out to eat, all that stuff right there. It's a real blessing. I feel like it's just a great family community that you get. It's been really fun.
Kind of back to the quarterbacks, you talked about some similarities as far as their work ethic and stuff. What do they kind of do differently in your eyes?
In terms of like just work ethic and all that, or just
On the field?
On the field?
Play style?
Yeah, they both have a little bit different play style. You know, I think Coach can give you a little bit more exact answer on that right there. But like I said, I just love how both those guys compete and challenge each other and work off of each other.
And talking to Jackson Dart yesterday, he mentioned that, he wasn't super comfortable here in the spring. It was kind of a crash course, and
Yep.
he says he feels just a lot different. Have you kind of seen? Does he feel different from your perspective too?
Yeah, I think, over the summer, he did a great job of just, making sure to continue to watch everything from the spring, learn from his past mistakes, take that and grow. And so I'm really excited to watch throughout fall camp to see, how he improves each and every day.
As someone who's seen Kiffin's scheme grow over the spots, just how tough is it to pick up? Is it an easy transition for some of these new transfers? Is it more nuanced than other offenses? Just kind of where does it stand in that regard?
Yeah, I think anytime you come into a new offense, there's challenges to learning, all of that right there. But I think Coach has done a great job over the years of getting his players ready to play by the time you kick the season off.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.